and should be one day from the summit. Steve Bull has been climbing for 18 years and has conquered some of the highest peaks in the world.
For me, the mountain environment is a very special and beautiful place. Particularly Mount McKinley, it's one of the great wildernesses of this world. It's been one of my ambitions for a long time.
Anthony Hollinshead is Steve's best friend and his long-time climbing partner.
Climbing is predominantly having trust in your climbing partner. It's paramount that you know what the other's doing.
Nigel Vardy completes the three-man team. This is his first expedition with the others. He's an experienced climber, but he's never attempted a mountain as treacherous as Mount McKinley.
I sometimes suffer a little bit with confidence, and sometimes I have to say, Nigel, you can do this, you'll be fine. Originally, Steve had the dream of climbing McKinley, and really we perhaps followed his lead.
It would be the first big expedition that Nigel had done, so I think he was a little unsure of what was in front of him.
With Nigel coming into the team, it's obviously changes the team dynamics slightly, I suppose. Stephen and I were used to make...
Fast down, OK? So let's strip all the unnecessary gear and pack a kit.
What we agreed? Frillies in tutus.
The conditions can be extremely hostile at this altitude. The team must be sure of the weather before they decide on making the challenging climb for the summit.
Base to Jensen. Weather's looking fairly good for the next 24 hours.
Copy that, base. Good night. Good enough?
We better get some beauty sleep then, eh? To infinity and beyond.
Fellas, you should have had this done earlier.
He said, run for the summit, stick the flag on, get the photographs, and back down again.
To get to the summit and back before nightfall, they need to travel light. They leave the tent and most of their equipment behind.
The climb to the summit is about 4,000 feet from here, maybe a little bit more, and it's a lot to do in this altitude, so we've got to go light and get back down before it goes dark.
They now face one of the toughest sections of the climb.
Steve was sort of, come on, let's get on this thing, bang, 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 and away he went.
On the opening stages, I'm not doing bad at all. But as the day is progressing, I'm thinking that we're moving pretty slow and we need to keep it moving a bit faster.
It takes us such a long time to cover this. The time's really ticking away.
After hours of hard climbing, the team are already behind schedule. They've now reached an area known as the football field, a flat plateau just below the summit. But the weather is changing.
As we walked across the top of the football field, the wind started to increase rapidly.
The temperatures dropped to around minus 50 degrees centigrade, with the wind howling over the summit ridge at about 70 miles.
Every step is just draining. You're almost crawling, really, just to sort of get your face out of the wind.
It can be like being hit with hailstones, frozen peas, if you've got exposed flesh.
Weather conditions on Mount McKinley are some of the most unpredictable in the world and can cause death by flash freezing in seconds.
We'd all got 17 days hard climbing behind us, which means you don't carry a lot of excess fat, which is what you need in a situation like this.
These conditions are very tough for all of them, but for one, the conditions are proving too much.
What I didn't realise was how cold Steve was getting. Steve was getting bitterly cold.
I can feel myself going down. I'm shivering, my teeth are chattering, my thought process is slowing down, I'm becoming lethargic.
Steve, who is leading the team, is beginning to feel the effects of hypothermia. He's literally freezing to death. They're at over 19,000 feet, and the temperature is plummeting. At such altitudes, the impact of an unpredicted storm like this is devastating. Steve is suffering badly. Anthony and Nigel know that they have to get him out of the freezing cold.
We need to look for shelter! Get somewhere safe, now!
Finding anywhere to hide up there is very difficult. You really are out on your own.
Right! Up there!
By the grace of God, we found a crevasse at the base of the summit cone.
Oh God! Easy!
It was a wind that was killing us. And once we were in there, I'm not going to say it was warm, but it was warmer.
Oh God! Easy!
As the cold's taking effect, your mind's slowing down, your reactions are slowing down, thought process is slowing down. So I'm relying then on others to take care of me.
Easy! I need you to hug me. I need you to get some warmth into me.
Steve asks me to sort of cuddle him, keep him warm, really.
You ever tell anyone about this at climbing club? And you're toast.
Anthony was talking to Steve quite a lot, and I think that probably came from the fact that they were great friends anyway. They'd known each other a long, long time, and Anthony just wasn't going to let him go.
Thirsty! Give us a drink. Nice drink. Let's see what we've got.
Dehydration is a major, major problem.
The team begin to regret leaving their equipment behind.
What's that then, Nige?
We should have carried a stove to reheat and to get some warm food inside us and possibly a better drink inside us.
It's all right, mate. It's all right. Just calm down. I'm here, all right? So shh.
We've got to radio for help. Get them to send help. We'll never get Steve down on our own, not in the state that he's in. We've got no choice.
I don't know. He's still shivering and moving. That's a really good sign.
Nigel and Anthony know that Steve would want to carry on, but they now must decide if they should call off the climb and send out a mayday call.
It's a very difficult decision to actually decide that we've got
A remote Alaskan wilderness, 60 miles from the nearest settlement.
How's the raft coming? We're almost there. Good. Get the coffee on.
Neil runs a building management firm, and Blake is a doctor. They'd taken leave to spend some time together.
My father and I started backpacking when I was a young boy. I always ended up loving that. He taught me to appreciate the outdoors.
Isn't it beautiful, Dad? Well, a long way from Oklahoma City.
Blake and I are good friends. We talk every day and share our experiences. He's always been a good kid.
Blake's organised the rafting trip as a gift to his dad to celebrate a very special occasion.
For my father's 65th birthday, I had planned this rafting trip to the gates of the Arctic as a present to him.
Although Neil's been looking forward to this, he knows it's going to be tough.
Hey, Dad. Yeah? Man over here?
Sure.
He'd really wanted Blake to book them on an organised group trip, but Blake had other ideas.
Blake is very independently minded and decided that, oh no, we don't want to do that. We want to be able to do whatever we want to do.
Since he knew I'd made up my mind, there wasn't much he was going to say that could make me change my mind.
Okay, Dad?
Yeah. It would have been kind of nice to watch someone else do the hauling and shoving.
Come on, Dad. You want to share this with 10 strangers and a tour guide?
Matter of fact, yeah.
I had never wanted to, and still never want to go on a guided tour.
Let's load her up.
It was, an experience that I wanted to have with my father, just the two of us.
Better get going, Dad.
Just checking everything's shipshape. Where in the world did I put that lighter?
I got it.
Very repellent. Extra strength, very repellent.
Almost anywhere in Alaska, you're going to run into many different types of wildlife, which includes bear, and of course that's something that you always need to be prepared for.
The gates of the Arctic National Park is spectacular but dangerous. It's home to hundreds, but this early in the season, some patches have yet to thaw.
The longer we floated, the more ice we actually started to encounter.
It doesn't look like it's going to let up. Do you think we ought to stop this thing?
The current's picking up speed, and Blake struggles to control the raft.
I kept trying to look around the corner, hoping to find, which way we were going to be going. And that's when I realized that actually we didn't have a choice where we were going.
The men are at the mercy of the current.
We're going to have to pull in and stop this.
I'm trying, Dad. I can't slow it down, though.
We're going too fast. Slow it down, Dad.
It was sheer panic at the time, and it happened so quickly.
Blake has proved his dad wrong. With the river behind him, it should be a straightforward hike to Bettles. Back at camp, 65-year-old Neil is hungry and tired. But he can't rest. Blake has their only lighter, so Neil's got to keep the fire alight. It's his only source of warmth and his sole defense against the bears.
The difficulty of keeping the fire going was essentially being able to walk with only stocking-foot waders on really rocky soil.
Neil hopes the fire will be enough to keep the bears and wolves at bay, but he also shouts to try to discourage an attack.
Anybody home? Come down and join me.
Despite his hardships, what really preys on his mind is what might be happening to his son.
I was very worried about Blake and what he might have run into.
Like his dad, Blake is trying to frighten predators away by singing aloud.
All night long, never got tired.
Most of my songs were moose tunes and bear tunes, which was really quite ironic.
I went out walking in the woods one night, all alone, pale moonlight. I hid myself in a tree up high to see what I could.
Suddenly, Blake comes face to face with a grizzly bear.
A grizzly can tear your head off with one bite, but their claws can rip holes through you like nobody's business, so you don't want to mess with them.
The bear is some way off, but even the slightest sound could alert it to Blake's presence.
I certainly sent the adrenaline through my body when I saw him.
Blake daren't make a sound. The bear's too close.
It was scary seeing him out there. He wasn't far enough away for my liking.
The bear hasn't spotted him, but grizzlies have a sense of smell 100 times more powerful than a human, and can pick up the scent of prey from more than 2 miles away.
The only thing that I really saw were some spiders, and there were a few that I swatted and ate, just because I thought maybe I'll start to see more of these and have some nutrition. But the amount of nutrition I got from the few that I ate certainly didn't give me any energy, that's for sure. I was awakened by some raindrops that were hitting me on the face. I was worried about my father because, he would have gotten just as wet. He didn't have a lighter to restart a fire had his gone out.
In the rainy season, downpours can be intense. If the fire goes out, Neil risks bear attack and hypothermia.
The possibility of rain was a real problem. It would put out a fire, and there wasn't any way to keep a fire going. And that's what I had to try to do.
The rain clouds blow over. Now Neil faces his first night alone in a wilderness bristling with predators.
As everyone knows, you try to make noise in the wild with where bears are present. I said a lot of stupid things in order to make noise, and
one day we were talking about our passions, and I asked her the question, if you could go any one place in the world, where would that be?
And the Amazon was #1 for both of us.
Dave and Crystal aren't together anymore, but they are still close friends.
There was no one I would have rather gone with than him.
Dave knows that Crystal has had a long-standing struggle with depression.
In school, where I met Dave, I had a very bad time with depression.
Dave thinks this trip will be good for her, but he's also nursing a secret hope that it might just reignite their romance.
She was the love of my life. I still envisioned spending the rest of my life with her.
Then the path completely disappears. For the first time, they realize they're no longer on the trail.
That's when I didn't know what to do. I was really worried.
Let's see the map.
I think I forgot the map at the lodge.
I had left the map sitting on the dresser in our cabin.
Dave.
Look, I can remember it. I can.
The map Dave left behind was a hand-drawn sketch of the area. He clearly remembers it showing the lodge at the bottom, which would normally indicate that it lies to their south. But the map isn't laid out in the usual way. To get back to the lodge, they actually need to head north.
If we head south, that should take us back.
You're sure?
I'm sure. I'm sure.
Okay.
Come on, let's go.
Hiking south is the worst decision Dave could make. Ahead, there lies nothing but thousands of miles of rainforest. Uninhabited, except for rainforest creatures, many of them highly dangerous. 2 hours later, they're getting worried.
This way.
We had been walking far longer than we should have been. We should have been back by then.
There's not much daylight left. It will soon be nightfall.
I'm not going to stay out in the forest. I can't let this happen. We have to find our way back before it gets dark.
I knew that once it got dark, we weren't going to be able to continue.
As darkness descends, any chance of finding the lodge today disappears.
That's really the first time we started to have some panic.
What time is it?
It's almost 6.
We should be back by now. If we'd been walking in the right direction for this long, we would have...
I know.
I don't think he wanted to deal with it. He didn't want to deal with even having to think about sleeping out there.
I was frustrated at myself. I felt responsible for getting us lost and felt responsible for finding the way back.
Crystal, you know what I'm thinking?
We're gonna have to spend the night here.
Yeah.
We just picked a spot to stay, a cleared area, and we just sat down to wait out the night.
Chris, I am so sorry about this.
It's okay. You buy me a beer when we get back, and we'll call it even. Okay?
Okay.
But they both know how vulnerable they really are. The rainforest is teeming with nocturnal predators.
A lot of the poisonous snakes, they wander through the forest at night. The jaguar comes out at night. You don't have a lot of choices of protection.
Dave and Crystal share a single thought. Can they make it through the night alive?
Chris, there's something out there.
The Amazon at night is a terrifying place to be. Dave and Crystal are totally defenseless, with no way to protect themselves from predators.
"49 bottles of beer on the wall."
We weren't going to try to sleep at all. We were going to stay up, and that way if something stumbled upon us, we would be ready.
49 bottles of beer. Take one.
Jeez, did you hear that?
It's here on one of the river's most isolated stretches that two friends have planned a weekend fishing trip. Arthur Taylor and Alistair Gallatley have known each other for over 25 years.
Our kids have grown up together with Alistair. Basically, Alistair's part of the family. He's a very good guy in a crisis and a very good friend.
We've known each other a while, eh? We've spent a lot of time together. We go fishing a lot.
Where do you want the fish, mate? Usual place.
As experienced safari guides, they've lived and worked alongside the Zambesi for most of their lives.
Most important. Good enough. So, I can't wait to get on the water.
Joining them are Arthur's English wife, Faye, and her parents, Clive and Brenda. They're retired teachers visiting from England.
Change your mind yet?
No, I think I'll just stay here and relax and read my book. Go on.
They've both lived in Africa on and off over the years. This is the last chance for all of them to go out on the river together. Tomorrow, Faye and Arthur have to pick up their 2 children from boarding school. But even though she spent a lot of time in the bush, Brenda isn't keen on the idea of going fishing.
My mum was anxious because she doesn't...
Okay, grab my hand. He's coming.
It was just this huge boom, and I was in the water. I think my subconscious was saying, this is it, this is the end. It was only when I actually was pulled back to the surface and gasping for air that suddenly then the reality of what had actually happened hit me.
They've survived the hippo attack, but now they're in even greater peril. They've capsized in one of the most crocodile-infested rivers in the world.
To think about, you know, my bare, dangly legs, it sent a chill through me, thinking that any moment now, one of us would be taken by a crocodile.
Clive Kelly has watched his wife Brenda sucked under the crocodile-infested river. He has no idea if she is alive or dead.
Brenda! Brenda! Where are you?
Although Clive can't hear them, his wife, along with his daughter Faye, her husband Arthur and their best friend Alistair, have all surfaced underneath the boat.
Brenda!
But the group's immediate danger is not crocodiles.
The current was actually so strong in that part of the river that it actually swept us out from underneath the boat.
The Zambesi is famous for its unpredictable and deceptively strong currents. Many people drown in its eddies and whirlpools every year.
The one thing that I thought of was the fact that my children could have been with me and that I would have lost them because they would have been just thrown out of the boat. You know, they would have just been gone.
Brenda had gone swim very well. She was screaming and struggling.
She obviously needed something to hold on to, and she had swallowed a lot of water and was gasping for air and kind of pushed onto me so that she could get her breath back. And I'm like, you know, Mum, you know, you're pushing me down.
Oh, Brenda, I've got you. I've got you.
It's just so strong, and we were being swept away. It was just incredible that Arthur was there when we needed him. Somehow, he managed to keep hold of the two of us.
We're all getting washed down together. We basically hung on to each other. It was very hard to swim against a strong current.
The boat has become snagged in the middle of the river.
Just relax, Brenda, relax.
Clive and Alistair are able to cling on to it while the current drags the others downstream.
Clive and I, we couldn't do much. We sat on the front of the boat and we watched them.
I had no idea where we were going. All I knew was that we were being swept.
Working with marine researcher David Tomlinson, who spent almost 30 years studying the oceans.
I began diving in 1963 in the Bahamas. I'm very lucky to be able to study much of our oceans and see things that not a lot of people get a chance to see.
Hey,
Hi.
how you doing?
Good.
Stephen, Peter, this is Melissa.
Hey.
So you all set to see Cavachi?
Yeah.
Yeah? All right, come on aboard.
Cavachi is an oceanic volcano which David has been studying for years. After he filmed this eruption, the volcano disappeared beneath the waves. Now he wants to find out what's left under the surface.
The four of us went out, and I mean, the weather seemed to be ideal. Everything was supposed to go like clockwork.
The dive site is 20 miles offshore. Melissa has never been diving so far from land.
I was excited. I felt good about the dive. It wasn't until I went out there that I thought, oh, wow, I'm really out in the middle of nowhere. And then when we got to the dive site, something inside of me changed, and I thought, there's something wrong.
What's up?
Nothing. Well, I guess maybe I'm just a little nervous.
What about?
I was a little embarrassed because I wanted to be like the guys, one of the guys, and I said, I'm afraid of sharks.
No, you don't have to worry about sharks. They're much more afraid of us than we are of them.
I doubt it.
I'm serious. They hardly ever bother divers. Now, if you were up on the surface like a surfer, flapping around, then you look like shark bait. But when you're down below, there's nothing to worry about. Can you zip me up?
If it was me, I wouldn't be worried about the sharks. I'd be worried about you diving right on top of a volcano.
The dive was completely different than anything I'd ever experienced. It was amazing. We started going through this white haze. It was quite dreamlike, and there were bubbles funneling up around us coming from the vents of Cavachi.
The volcano is out of sight beneath the divers, far deeper than they can safely descend. All they can see are clouds of sulfur dioxide rising towards them from below.
It was such an amazing celestial scene. It was just breathtaking.
After 30 minutes, the divers surface.
That was amazing, wasn't it?
It was awesome.
The weather has changed dramatically. The dark cloud David spotted earlier is now above them.
God, it's really choppy now.
Yeah.
There's the boat, it's miles away.
Yeah, the current must be really strong. Hey! Hey, guys! Hey!
We're behind you!
Hey!
I remember thinking, oh, okay, that's no big deal. I was just looking forward to getting in the boat and putting a towel around myself. And then they didn't turn around.
They got the engines on. I can't hear us over the engines. Turn them off! Cut the engines! Turn it off!
When you walk around that corner and you see a huge panoramic view of cliffs, that go a mile down, there's nothing like it.
It's the biggest canyon on Earth, 18 miles wide and nearly a mile deep in parts. Its sheer size makes it one of the world's most extreme hiking environments.
That's where we're going. All the way.
Whoa. It's amazing. This place is incredible.
The scale of what they're taking on hits home.
We're going all the way down there. If you get bored of hiking, there's always the fast way down.
The group have already hiked 3 hours to their first night's camp. Now they'll make their descent, following the unmarked Little Nankoweap Creek bed. It's a tough hike with steep descents that drops 4,000 feet down to the Colorado River. There they'll fill up on water and take an easier route back up. The whole trip should take around 7 days. An hour on from the canyon rim, the group reaches the end of the official route. From here on, they'll be off trail all the way down.
The trail ended, and then it got very rocky. That's when we saw the difficulty of what the hike was going to be.
Jordan is right to be wary. Every year, some 300 hikers get into trouble here, and about 200 of them have to be airlifted out by rescue services. Around 10 more aren't so lucky and die here. And going off-trail in the canyon intensifies the risk.
Yep, this is it, fellas. The big chute.
The chute is a rocky gully over a mile long, an extreme descent over boulders, loose rock, and gravel. Jordan immediately sees how tough this will be.
It was turning into a hike that, was getting a little more dangerous.
They have no radio, and they're out of mobile phone range. If anyone gets hurt, they're on their own.
It was really steep.
As the most experienced hiker, David takes it in his stride.
Pack's off, guys.
Mark is a little more cautious.
You'd have to climb down a big rock and hand packs down to other people.
I got it.
So at that point, it wasn't just a hike, it was more of a climb.
A section of loose shale makes the going even tougher.
If you did put your foot wrong or something, you definitely could take a nasty fall, maybe not stop until you go all the way down to the bottom of the Grand Canyon.
After an hour of hot and exhausting scrambling, even Scout leader Guy is struggling.
It's very difficult to keep your footing as you were sliding down.
God, you okay?
I hit a log straight on, and it just, I managed to catch it with the part of the body you should never hit a log with, and literally knocked the wind out of me considerably.
You okay to stand? Well, let me take this pack. On 3, 2, 3.
Careful.
It's a lucky escape. It could have been much worse.
It must be those rocks Lauren was talking about.
But somewhere they've gone horribly wrong. Instead of the safe route down they were expecting, they've reached a sheer 200-foot drop.
We could not see any way down it.
It's a dead end.
There's no way down.
Their water has run out, their leader has collapsed, and the 3 15-year-old boys are on their own. Their desperate bid to reach the Colorado River is over. It's the final straw. They've run into a dead end, a sheer 200-foot drop.
What do we do?
I don't know, Mark. Nothing, I guess.
The river's out of reach.
I had no idea where I was going, and I'm not a mountaineer or anything like that, but I decided we can't stay here. I took my backpack and I chucked it off the cliff, you know, so I hoped that I was going to make it down to pick it up again.
Mark threw his backpack over and said, you know, this is what we need to do.
Trying to climb down the sheer cliff in his weakened state is near suicidal. But Mark's made his mind up. He's going to get down or die trying.
Come on, guys. We gotta do it.
Even for experienced climbers, this would be a dangerous descent. But Mark has no ropes and has never rock climbed in his life.
I thought we were gonna die anyways. To me, death was gonna happen. And so it seemed like anything would be better, even if it was a ridiculous plan.
Hey, Dave. How are we gonna get back up this? To the others.
We knew that it would be too difficult to get back to the top of that. And at that time we knew that there's no way we'd be able to make it back to them with water.
But the boys have no choice.
We climbed down that cliff, which was very frightening to me, because I knew that if any of us fell, we would die.